Hey amazing souls, welcome to Snap News TV. Today we're talking about Germany's new chancellor and Trump. Now, try to visualize this scenario. Trump and the newly appointed German chancellor in a boxing ring. There's Trump, with his distinct gravity-defying hair, and the chancellor, well, let's just say he's a little light on the top. The bell rings, and Trump initiates the bout with a barrage of tweets, while the chancellor responds with a stern, quintessentially German stare. Picture them toe-to-toe, representing polar extremes. On one side of the ring we have Trump, a man who marches to his own beat, or rather tweets on his own whim. He's akin to a human whirlwind, erratic, with a hairdo that's equally unpredictable. On the opposite side stands Germany's new chancellor, Friedrich Merz, as solid and as bald as a boulder. This is a man whose socks are probably sorted by color and purchase date. A man whose definition of rebellion might be foregoing his usual morning coffee. Now imagine Trump in all his ostentatious splendor engaging in a verbal combat with Merz. It's akin to a peacock attempting to a statue. Merz, with his imperturbable poise, would likely only blink and straighten his tie, letting Trump's words ricochet off him like ping-pong balls against a concrete wall. In this amusing face-off, it's not just a battle of personalities, but also of leadership styles. Trump, known for his impromptu comments, and Merz, noted for his calculated diplomacy, are as contrasting as chalk and cheese, or as Americans would phrase it, as football and soccer. So who emerged victorious in this hypothetical clash? Well, suffice it to say, the chancellor's gaze was so intense, Trump's hair felt the need to take an early leave of absence. Now that we've had our fun, let's dive into the real deal. Apparently, Germany's new chancellor has as much love for Trump as a cat has for water. Friedrich Merz, the projected future leader of Germany, has been pretty vocal about his feelings, and they're not exactly warm and fuzzy. Merz has taken a firm stand against Trump's policies, expressing concerns over the changing dynamics between the United States and Europe. He's not just sitting back and shaking his head, though. No, our man Merz is all about action. He's advocating for Europe's independence from the United States under Trump's administration, warning about the weakening of NATO, and suggesting the need for a new European defense structure. That's right, folks, he's not just talking the talk, he's walking the walk. He's taken issue with Trump's alignment with Russia and is pushing for a stronger Europe, one that doesn't have to rely on American muscle. And when it comes to defense, Merz has a plan. He's proposing nuclear cooperation between France, the UK, and Germany to replace the American nuclear umbrella. But it's not just about policies and politics. Merz has also been critical of Trump on a personal level, distancing himself from the former US president. He's been clear about his intentions to steer Germany away from Trump's ideologies and actions. So it seems there's a new sheriff in town, and he's not afraid to stand up to Trump. The new chancellor is setting a course for Germany that diverges from Trump's vision, and it's clear he's not backing down. So if the chancellor had a Facebook relationship status with Trump, it would definitely be, "It's complicated." You know how every superhero movie has an anti-hero? Well, in this political drama, our new chancellor is shaping up to be the anti-Trump. Now let's dive into the depths of Friedrich Merz's political ideology, which seems to be on a collision course with that of Trump's. When it comes to the economy, Merz is a conservative, a stance that typically advocates for fiscal responsibility. He's raised major concerns about Germany's stalled economy, highlighting an urgent need for a new economically sound approach. This stands in contrast to Trump's economic policies, which have been often criticized for favoring the wealthy and corporations. Merz's stance on immigration is another area where he diverges from Trump. While the AfD, a far-right party, surged into second place in the recent elections with a hardline stance on immigration, Merz's party, the CDU, has refused to work with them. This is a clear departure from Trump's policies, which were often characterized by a tough stance on immigration. But where Merz truly becomes the anti-Trump is in his approach to Europe's independence from the United States. Merz has made it crystal clear that he intends to assert Europe's independence from the United States under Trump's administration. He warns of a weakening NATO and suggests the need for a new European defense structure. This is a stark contrast to Trump's alignment with Russia and his threats of troop withdrawals from Europe. Merz also advocates for nuclear cooperation between France, the UK, and Germany, to replace the American nuclear umbrella. He aims to lead Europe in a new direction amid strained transatlantic relations, a plan that directly challenges Trump's America-centric policies. Merz might not wear a cape, but he's certainly not afraid to stand up against the Trump Tower. As we wrap up this Chancellor Trump saga, let's take a moment to appreciate the humor in this political circus. In the grand old tradition of the diplomatic world, we've got Germany's new Chancellor, Friedrich Merz, stepping onto the world stage with a clear message: thanks, but no thanks, Trump. Merz, a man known for his conservative stance, has not minced words when it comes to his views on the Trump administration. He's been vocal about his desire for Europe to assert its independence from the United States under Trump's reign, even warning of a potential weakening of NATO and the need for a new European defense structure. But let's not forget the real MVP here, the far-right AfD party. They surged into second place in the elections, bringing with them a hardline stance on immigration and a healthy dose of criticism for mainstream parties. Yet they're likely to be left out in the cold, with other parties refusing to work with them. Talk about a political prom where no one wants to dance with you. And let's spare a thought for the SPD, who slumped to third place. It's a tough pill to swallow, but as they say, that's politics. As we look into the future, it's clear that the relationship between the new German Chancellor and Trump is set to be more complicated than a Rubik's Cube. But hey, that's what makes it all so interesting, right? So there you have it, folks. The new German Chancellor and Trump, a relationship more complicated than the assembly instructions for a piece of IKEA furniture. As we conclude this political roller coaster ride, let's take a moment to reflect. We've seen the rise and fall of parties, the clash of ideologies, and the intricate dance of diplomacy on the world stage. It's been a whirlwind, but remember, that's the beauty of politics. It's unpredictable, dynamic, and never fails to surprise us. And as for the new German Chancellor and Trump, well, it's safe to say that we're all buckled up for this ride. It's going to be a journey filled with twists and turns, and we're here to bring you every update on this fascinating saga. So if you found this news adequate, please subscribe to my channel for more news like this. We've got a lot more to cover, and trust us, you don't want to miss it. Here's to another day of politics, people. Until next time, stay informed, stay curious, and most importantly, stay engaged. Because remember, your voice matters. Goodbye for now, and see you in the next video.